I'm standing here in this exquisite chapel of St. George at Windsor Castle. It is customary for the head of the United Kingdom to address the nation and its dominions on this day with a message of hope for the future. Before we can focus on looking forward, there are a few matters I feel duty bound to discuss with you. You could be forgiven for believing I have become the new holder of the office of sovereign. This, of course, is the position my family have held for many centuries as elected custodians and protectors of your countries, and indeed your sovereign needs and wishes for a happy life. It is my duty to inform you that the office of sovereign has been vacant since the 23rd of March 2001, when Magna Carta, the basis of our very constitution of course, was called upon when the security clause known as Article 61 was constitutionally implemented on this very day. The importance of this constitutional event was reported to you, the sovereign peoples of Great Britain and the whole Commonwealth, in order to adhere to strict constitutional protocols, and was duly reported by the Daily Telegraph and the BBC, I believe. The outcome of such an event resulted in the complete dismissal of my mother, the Queen, from the position of office of sovereign, and all who supported this position. Simply put, therefore, there was no position for me to inherit. Not that it was ever intended to be an inherited position. At my coronation you will have witnessed a performance using a hitherto unlawfully altered coronation oath, as has become customary since 1688. You can be forgiven for not being aware of the invocation of the security clause, as it was kept as low-key as possible. In essence, on the 7th of February 2001, 25 barons petitioned my mother, the Queen, with concerns that the signing of the Treaty of Nice by Tony Blair was an act of treason, imploring that Her Majesty do deny ratification. My mother had 40 days to reply to their petition, which she did so on the 39th day. Unfortunately, my mother did not get involved as someone in the office of sovereign perhaps ought to have, as the response simply stated that she relied on Parliament to do the right thing. When my mother did this, having failed to address the concerns presented by the barons within the 40-day time limit, Article 61 was put into force with immediate effect. We all knew the importance of this, but it was kept quiet from you, the sovereign people, in order to prevent any disarray. Yet this position still remains, as nothing has been done since 2001 to address the concerns of treason being performed by members of Parliament abusing their position. Many can be forgiven for not knowing what Article 61 is, and perhaps have never heard about the famous security clause. This being the most important clause of Magna Carta, it is designed to protect all of you, the sovereigns of the entire Commonwealth, from treason and tyranny by those you elect to office of sovereign, by enabling a quorum of barons to present concerns to the then monarch, who either directly or indirectly has breached the forever binding agreement, and offer an opportunity to make amends and correct the wrongs that have taken place. After the awful upheaval of the last few years, I believe what I'm about to say is long overdue. You all have a constitutional duty to distress the crown, and all who purport to serve it, until a redress of all the wrongs has taken place, and a new chapter of sovereign administration is agreed, and a suitable custodian is re-elected. Failure of the people to come together and perform this simple function will likely result in the demise of many important features of our lives, including many freedoms and perhaps even life itself. Already, moves are being made to remove myself and the monarchy as the head of the Commonwealth. Seeds are being planted by political parties who seek to control and dominate every aspect of our lives, more so than they already do. The House of Lords, a bastion of due process and checks and balances of the Houses of Parliament, often deliberately portrayed as a group of disinterested fuddy-duddies, is itself under threat of removal also. I warn you to beware of supporting such dangerous actions, for there is only ever one reason a tyrant or body of tyrants would need to remove those who stand in their way. Removing the monarchy, along with the House of Lords, will not only leave the sovereign people of Great Britain and the entire Commonwealth under the sole dictatorship of their parliaments, it will also make it incredibly difficult for the people to launch a constitutional redress at any point in the future. The very foundations of the Constitution will have been broken, likely beyond repair, and this can never be a good thing. So, I call upon you, the sovereign people of the Commonwealth, to stand up for what our forefathers fought to preserve for our benefits, and make a stand against tyranny, dictatorship, and your future planned control, tantamount to communism. I end by saying that, although this may not sound like a message of hope for the future, I believe that, with your resolve, the reverse is actually true. When called upon, in the face of tyranny and evil, the British and Commonwealth people have never failed to stand together to defeat a combined enemy. Time is of the essence. Your action is needed like never before. It is now up to you to find the time to perform the most important thing you will ever do during your lifetime. Britain, the Commonwealth, and indeed the whole world are waiting for you to save the entire planet from a most evil, world-shattering tsunami. I have every confidence that the people will do the right thing and once again defend the sovereignty of our wonderful nations and the people who bless them. I wish you all a happy Christmas and a productive New Year.